you did. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Hello and welcome to Good News. So, what's been happening? Over on BBC Breakfast, Charlie State revealed his favourite chat-up line.
What does sausage taste like?
But that's nothing. Look at Jeremy Paxman's ultimate ambition.
To rip out a man's genitals through his wallet.
This guy couldn't believe it. On Russia Today, they found Mario and he's gone bad. Over in Australia, these two shared the craziest drinking story ever.
Actually, I got hopelessly drunk on Friday afternoon and management were there, you know, God.
And I witnessed it.
And I was drunk and I picked up a piece of food, a fork, stuck it into my cheek.
I've never seen people that happy in my life. Oh, maybe I have. This guy really likes tropical storms.
Now, this is a tropical storm, and you say, Dan, why are you showing me this? Because John's going to resort the moisture from John left over, the spins, the storm itself will turn into a depression.
So, what's been going on? Did you hear about this? The government are looking to recruit a brand new breed of spy.
New scheme to recruit apprentice cyber spies has been launched by the government. Up to 100 18-year-olds will be given the chance to train for a career in the Secret Service.
We're going to have 18-year-old spies.
Oh, Mr. Bond, I've been expecting you.
Whatever, slaphead. Stop stroking your cat, you look like a pedo. Imagine them getting interrogated. Where have you been? Nowhere. Who were you with? No one. Who do you work for? Nando's. They'll be awful. Imagine them with Bond girls. Your name's Pussy Galore. Is that because you got a massive fanny? They'd be terrible with gadgets. You give an 18-year-old a laser, he won't use it to spy with. Mind you, the police need a bit of help. Did you hear about this cock-up from Chorley?
Lancashire police have apologised for firing a taser stun gun at a blind man.
They tasered a blind man. It gets worse. Look why they did it.
His white stick was mistaken for a samurai sword.
They thought he was a ninja! When have you ever seen a ninja attack someone like this? Imagine the moment they got him. I've got that ninja bastard. He won't be troubling our streets again. Oh, bollocks. I should have gone to Specsavers. Either way, apparently his guide dog couldn't believe it. Mind you, there is one bloke I'd love to see tasered.
The BNP leader Nick Griffin is being investigated by police for tweeting the address of a gay couple who won a landmark legal battle. Mr. Griffin urged his followers to demonstrate outside their house after a court ruled they'd been discriminated against because of their sexuality.
What a prick, right? They were turned away. Yeah, exactly, right? They were turned away by a hotel because they were gay, and Griffin told his dickhead supporters where they live. But don't worry, I've tweeted his address to this guy. What I want to know, how does Griffin know the address of gay men? Nick, are you on Grindr? Did you see what he tweeted?
This is the tweet that he sent. Say no to heterophobia.
Heterophobia? When have you ever seen a gay bloke go, come on, lads, let's go straight bashing? I hate those fanny bandits! But let's do it quick. There's a double episode of Glee on later, and I'm not gonna miss it. Nick Griffin is an idiot. You can't stop people staying in a hotel just because they're gay. Christ, imagine the kind of hotel the BNP would run.
Welcome to the BNP B&B. Our sheets are white and so are the guests. Stay with us and you get a full English breakfast. But we don't do black pudding. Everyone's welcome, except gays, blacks, Asians, Portuguese, Chinese, Indians, Spanish, Mexicans, and especially Lenny Henry. BNP B&B. We're here, we ain't queer.
Look now, they get a free Queen CD.
Oh, he's not, is he?
Over in America, check out this headline. Vandals behead a Virgin Mary statue. Now, I shouldn't laugh, but a week later, they replaced it with this.
The statue's owner says that the vandals returned about a week later and replaced its head with this gnome.
It's such a weird crime. Who looks at the Virgin Mary and goes, what she needs is a beard and a pipe? Do you reckon somewhere there's a statue of Mary just holding a fishing rod? Mind you, that has got nothing on this next crime. This may be the scariest story you will ever see. Sleeping man has his penis stolen! Someone stole his penis! Is anyone else thinking what I'm thinking? The Tooth Fairy's fucking lost it!
I'm fed up of teeth. From now on, I shall be known as the Knob Goblin.
He had his penis stolen! So who actually took it? Was it his wife? Was it a scorned lover? Oh, no! 4 men broke into his flat and cut him. 4 men! 4 men! How big was his dick? 4 men! Cherry, get a lorry. This monster's got some gun. My favourite part of the story is definitely this bloke's reaction.
It's sick for anybody to steal someone's penis. That's their penis. It's not yours. It's their penis. It belongs on their body. You have your own penis. You play with your own penis, man. You don't go around stealing people's penis, man. That's a no-no, man. That's how you get killed.
I love that quote on the end. Don't steal a man's penis. That's how you get killed. No, it isn't. Nobody has ever been murdered for stealing a dick. I've seen many episodes of Miss Marple. Not once. Not once has she had cause of death.
He was a cock snatcher! Check his pockets. They're stuffed full of dick.
Do you know the worst thing? Apparently a week later, the thieves broke in and replaced a man's penis with this. Mind you, I've saved the most serious crime story for last. If you're of a nervous disposition, you need to look away now. This is truly terrifying.
Police are taking this very seriously and opened a felony theft investigation into the disappearance of a pen.
Holy shit! I can't believe they called the police. Officer, I'd like to report a crime. They've taken my biro! Mind you, that's nothing. Did you see how people reacted online?
Don't steal a man's pen, man. That's a man's pen. Play with your own pen. Yeah, that's how you get yourself killed.
In sporting news, did you see the England-Poland game that never was?
There's anger and disappointment amongst England fans tonight after the team's World Cup qualifier against Poland was called off after hours of rain in Warsaw.
It's been rained off in a ground that has got a roof.
The Polish FA spent 400 million on a stadium with a roof, but the roof doesn't work. when it's raining. Mind you think that's bad? You should see their brand new heated pool.
Sis kill.
The English fans were livid. We've come in from miles away. We've wasted so much money. The Polish fans, fair to say, they got into the spirit of things. It's just the joy as he escaped. The commentators had to fill air for 2 hours. My highlight, the look on Roy Keane's face when Adrian Chiles asked him the dullest question ever.
We were expecting heavy rain, but not a downpour. That's something we can debate long into the night. When does a heavy rain become an actual downpour? Roy, when does mist become fog? Roy, when does bread become toast? They should have had my granddad commentating. He wouldn't have run out of things to say. That man is hilarious, right? I was watching the game with him and he genuinely said this halfway through. That pitch is wetter than a wanker's rag. Then he looks at me and said, how is your brother? It's been a bad week for the Tories.
Chancellor George Osborne has found himself embroiled in an embarrassing episode on a train tonight after failing to pay the full fare.
George Osborne faced ridicule after entering a first-class carriage yesterday with a standard ticket.
He refused to leave first class, even though he only had a standard class ticket. How much would you love to have done that train announcement?
We apologise for the late running of the train. A multi-millionaire is refusing to pay his way. As all available toilets are broken, I recommend you piss in his shoes.
Did you see what his assistant said? Move Mr. Osborne. He could not possibly sit in standard class. He can't sit in there. He'll catch paw. What a tosser. When you think about it, we pay Osborne's wages. So I say, as a punishment, we make him travel everywhere in this. Over in the US, Barack Obama is back in the presidential race.
Barack Obama has come out fighting in the battle for the White House.
Damn right. Did you watch the debates? Romney tried his best, but Obama played his trump card.
We can get this economy going again. My 5-point plan does it. Energy independence for North America in 5 years, getting us to a balanced budget, fixing our training programs for our workers, and finally championing small business.
Osama bin Laden is dead.
Boom! I can get his head if you want, big! Now, this is the part of the show I genuinely don't know anything about. There's going to be a mystery guest who's been in the news, and I have to figure out who that person is. So, please welcome my mystery guest. Hello.
Hello.
Nice to meet you. I'm Russell. How are you?
Very well indeed, Russell. My name's Alan.
Hello, Alan. Nice to meet you. Alan.
Yeah.
You appear to have brought some sausages on.
Plenty of sausages for you to enjoy.
Is that why you're in the news? Because you sell sausages?
Yes, we do sell sausages.
Oh, there was a man over there wolf whistling your sausage, Alan. Do people often wolf whistle at your sausage?
Oh, yes, definitely. Yeah. Various sizes, you see. You know.
What's the biggest sausage you've ever seen?
long as you want.
You can make them as long as you want?
Yeah. Up to 60 yards.
A 60-yard sausage?
Yeah.
What an amazing nickname that would be. Here comes Alan. Look alive, it's 60-yard sausage. So, I'm going to need more help, because obviously that is...
You want a bit of help?
Yes, is that
well,
right?
we're in the sausage business. We're the butchers.
Yes, OK.
I judge competitions all over the country.
You do competitions?
I judge competitions.
Oh, you judge?
Yes.
You judge people's sausage?
Yeah. The Reebok Stadium next Wednesday, judging a sausage competition.
Let's just savour that sentence, isn't it? You're going to be in a stadium judging sausages. OK, so can you tell me exactly why you're in the news? Is that OK?
I am just won the best sausage in Britain, which is the champion of champions.
The champion of champions? And
you've got to try the sausages. Are they all right? Are they all cooked?
They look good, Alan. They look
fantastic. We've got 3 kinds. We've got the Celebration.
The Celebration.
Which is the one that won the Champion of Champions.
These are the champs?
Those are the Champion of Champions.
Look at these losers hanging around with us. Can I try a bit of that?
Yeah, definitely. Let's get cracking. Just see what it's... That's the Bucks Fizz sausage made with genuine Bucks Fizz.
Oh, Alan, that's terrific.
Very good. You like it?
Alan, your sausage is the finest thing I've ever tasted.
All the ladies say that. All my customers say the same.
Alan, this is terrific. This is the best mystery guest I've ever had. Alan, do you think I've got what it takes to become a sausage maker like you?
We're going to have a crash course on making sausage, and I'm sure that you'll do a very good job.
Let's do a pork-off. What's going to happen now?
We've mixed this beforehand, save a bit of time. In there, we've got the meat, beautiful British pork.
It's not that beautiful.
Seasoning.
Lovely.
It's a special seasoning that I developed some 25 years ago.
Nice.
We'll mix the rusk in. So, first of all, if you can sprinkle the rusk in there, and then mix the sausage in.
OK, so I've got to mix it all up. Can you get behind me? It'll be like a meaty version of Ghost.
Mixing it all the way, make sure all the way mixed in. That's it. Wonderful.
Right.
I'll put some of this in the filler, and then you can fill the rest if you like.
Looking forward to it.
Just put it in there.
Yep.
Push it down.
Right.
And then get the rest and put it in the back here. That's it, carefully.
Oh,
Today. Now then, we'll just we'll drop that aye. That's what I didn't want to happen, but it always does. We've lost the plunger.
Feels a bit like we're in a Wallace and Gromit episode, doesn't it? We've lost the plunger.
Here we are. Now then, you'll see the sausage start to come. Now you've got to get the skin. Let's just put that out of the way first of all.
OK.
There we are. We'll get the skin. This is a natural...
Oh, Christ, Dad.
Now, behave.
No, it's
This is a natural casing. These are pig's intestines cleaned. Right?
Yeah.
Finest thing for sausage. They've got the natural curve.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sorry about the
know-
splash on the front row. Be careful.
Alan, do you want to know something about pigs?
Go on, yeah, go on.
Do you know pigs?
Yeah.
Their orgasm lasts for half an hour.
Correct.
Yeah. You're the first person...
There you are. Now then...
I've said that to many people in many different countries. You're the first person who's gone correct, and then just moved on. Right.
Go on.
No wonder your sausages are so good. Oh, I don't like that bit.
Go on. You've done that before.
Yeah.
Come on. It's all got to go on. Try doing it with 2 hands. Now you're getting excited. Slow down there. That'll be good. You're getting too excited. I'll have to cut that off.
Have a cigarette out.
Later. Now you're away now. Now all you've got to do is just hold that on the end there, turn the handle, the sausage will come out and take the skin with it, like that. Yep. OK? You're away. You're on your own. Excellent. Not too full, else it'll burst. Turn your hand over, that's all right, yeah. Keep turning.
I'm turning.
Yeah. Don't hold it so tight, the sausages are going quite thick. No, you like a thick one, but I mean... Oh, there, you're getting too excited, that'll do nicely. That's it, stop, that's it, lovely. There we are. That's yours then, Russell.
Thank you.
Now, I'll fill the bit out now.
Yep.
And then we've got to do the most important part, which is linking the sausage. You've seen how the sausage hangs in the butcher's shops, haven't you?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, now you can link some. There we are. Twist, turn. Just like knitting. Through, over, under.
It's not just
off.
like knitting, Alan.
It is, yeah.
If my nan did that in the front room, I'd be terrified.
There we are.
Wow,
There's the
good
sausages.
work.
Excellent. Excellent.
You win.
Very good effort.
Honestly, one of my favourite mystery guests. I would take my glove off to shake your hand because thank you so much for coming on.
My
Ladies and gentlemen,
pleasure.
please give it up for Alan Murray. Some bizarre art stories in the news. Did you hear about Damien Hirst's latest statue in Devon?
A 20-metre statue of a pregnant woman brandishing a sword has arrived in its new home of Ilfracombe.
The artist Damien Hirst says it's a modern allegory of truth and justice.
It's a statue of a naked pregnant lady.
Very nice.
So are the locals fans? Do they see it as the artistic cherry on top of their glowing town? Not really.
I live here, and I've got to look at it every day.
What's your thoughts?
It's horrible. I don't want to look at that. We got enough pregnant women in the town without having another one.
We don't need another slag! And she's got a knife. What if she robs the post office?
She isn't the only one upset. Check this out for an overreaction. People wrote to the council with one saying it would encourage teenage pregnancies. No, it won't! The only thing it will encourage teenagers to do is piss about. I give it a week before a 13-year-old boy is underneath that statue. Look at me! I'm fingering a giant! It's true. You put a teenager near a statue, he'll do this. Mind you, the art story that caught my eye wasn't a statue in Devon. It was a lunatic filmmaker called Brent Hayward. Check this out, right? He is absolutely batshit.
Brent Hayward was a punk before most people knew what one was. He's been an artist for just as long. I met up with him so he could show me his infamous short film, Slick.
Honestly, Ali, that's what I love. I love to get in touch with my art animal. Yeah!
Now, I can't show you the film he made, but I can show you this brilliant interview about it.
What makes it art?
Just the fact that it's almost unexplainable. It's got a certain unknown quality. It's got a quality to it that's actually very mysterious.
I just saw it and I thought, there's a man with a bottle up his bum.
Not that it's the weirdest art story in the news.
An artist in Liverpool is trying to bring a whole new meaning to the phrase birdsong by creating music from their droppings.
The artist, Kerry Morrison, has been placing giant pieces of blank sheet music around the city, with the hope that they'll be hit by bird movements of the mucky kind.
Basically, she's been putting sheet music down and waiting for birds to crap on it. They actually recorded the music, and in case you want to know what shit sounds like, apparently it's this. Finally tonight, meet Colin Wales, an ordinary man who did an extraordinary thing.
It's like a scene from a film, but this is real life.
These are no actors, and the man on the stretcher is only alive thanks to this man, Colin Wales, a postmaster from Trimdon Grange in County Durham. It was travelling home from here almost a year ago that he came upon the crash just off the A1. With the car on the right already ablaze, the one on the left is smouldering and about to burst into flames. The driver is trapped inside.
Well, people were telling me to get out, get away, it's going to blow, so that gave me a sense of urgency. But it was just one of them things where you see it and you do it. It's just a natural reaction, isn't it? You just, it was a situation that needed some action, and that's what I did.
Colin got the driver out and dragged him to safety, a moment before both vehicles were engulfed. An act of selflessness that earned him a police citation, normally reserved for serving officers, but not today.
His first thoughts were, I need to save somebody's life, and that's exactly what he did.
A proud moment then for Colin and wife Susan.
Could you imagine living the rest of your life knowing that you could have helped somebody and you burnt to death? No way. No way.
There you go, what a dude. Next up, it's time for my stand-up guest, so please welcome the wonderful Andrew Ryan!
Hello! How are we doing? Are we all right? Are we all right? Good, good. Lovely to be here. My name's Andrew. Very nice to be here. I come from Europe. So it's good to be here in England. It's very nice. I come from Ireland, obviously. We've got a very sort of difficult recession going on at the moment. We've been in recession now since 1948. People are very excited about us, you know, that's the way it is. But what the Irish government did, right, what they did was they sent a letter out to all the Irish people and said, what you have to do now is make a list of your favourite companies that you wanted to go bust. That's what you have to do. And everybody's slagging off all these companies and stuff like that. But there's only one company in Ireland that if they ever went bust, there'd be like a national day of celebration. And that company's called Ryanair. But everybody slags them off, right? But I really, really like them because to me, Ryanair are like condoms. They're a necessary evil. Sometimes you don't really want to use them, but you just have to. If Ryanair produced their own brand of condoms and you had sex with your girlfriend and you put your willy into the wrong hole, well, at least you can say you landed close to where you were supposed to be going. I was in a phone shop recently, and I was there and I signed up to this brilliant new phone, right? Absolutely fantastic phone, right? This Nokia 3210. Absolutely unbelievable, right? Got a great deal as well, right? £85 a month. Absolutely fantastic. Got 11 texts in 3 minutes, right? It was off the chain, you know what I mean? It was fantastic. But the guy tries to start selling me mobile phone insurance, and I didn't want mobile phone insurance because if something happens to my phone, it's not a life-changing event. Do you know what I mean? It's grand. I don't have to ring them anymore. It's going to be great, right? He starts making me feel bad. He said to me, Mr. Riley says, you've signed up to this amazing new phone today. I want to ask you how you're going to protect yourself if something happens to that mobile phone. I want to talk to you about mobile phone insurance. I said, I don't want insurance, man. You're grand. He says, no. He says, I need to ask you a few questions. I said, right, fire away. He says, Mr. Ryan, what are you going to do? Mr. Ryan, eh? What are you going to do if you lose your phone? I said, I'm going to look for it. That's a pretty good strategy, isn't it, ladies and gentlemen? I'm going to look for my phone, right? It's going to be brilliant. Then he says to me, what are you going to do if your phone gets damaged? I said, Jesus, I don't know. He says, what are you going to do if you drop it down the toilet? I went, I've not even left the shop yet, Brian. This is ridiculous. He says, when I'm standing over a toilet, I'm normally holding something else, right? I'm not pissing out Nokia 3210s. It's ridiculous, you know? He says, what are you going to do if you lose it? What are you going to do if you damage it, right? Every time I lose my mobile phone at home, it's always the same scenario. I always have to ring her from the landline, don't you? You always have to ring from the landline. I was like, Jesus Christ, now. If it's on silent, I'm going to go mental. You start ringing it, right? Walking around your house expecting somebody to answer your own mobile phone. You're going, Jesus, where's my phone gone? Where's my phone gone? And then you find it right down the back of the settee and you pick it up down the back of the settee and you go, it's okay, everybody. I found my phone. It's grand. I've got my phone. It's okay. Oh, my God. One missed call. Who's this unknown number guy? Then he goes to the next level, right? Try and make me feel bad again. He says, Mr. Ryan, what are you going to do? What are you going to do if that phone gets stolen? I said, I'm going to ring the police. He said, that's pointless. He says, do you think the police are interested in a stupid mobile phone? I said, mate, 5 minutes ago, that was the best thing I could have signed up to all day. It's gone from a hero to zero within 2 seconds, right? Then he goes to me, yeah, do you know how easy it is, Mr. Ryan? Do you know how easy it is to steal a mobile phone? You could be out in the pub, right? You could put your phone down on the table. Someone can walk past. They can swipe your phone, bang, gone. That's how easy it is to steal a mobile phone. And you ring the police and you tell the police that your phone's been stolen. They're going to do nothing about it. So I'm going to ask you again. How are you going to get a new phone if something happens to it? I said, well, based on what you've just told me, that they're easy to steal and the police aren't interested in looking for them, I'm going to nick one, mate. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to nick a mobile phone. But I live here now, you know. I live here in England now amongst you people, and it's really, really good, you know. But I never realised how, like, bad things were in Ireland until recently with the bailout and the recession and stuff. And when I went home, and I was in the pub with my longest friend, Shane, right? He's 6'8", and we're there, and we're having a couple of pints. And I decided to ask Shane the big question. I said, Shane, how bad are things? How bad are things in this country? He said, they're awful. He said, I haven't been able to have a job for 9 months. My rent, my gas, my electricity bill, I can't afford to pay them. The banks aren't lending us any money. Houses are being repossessed left, right and centre. And my parents' pension has been cut back by €60 a week. And then he starts crying into the pint. I thought, Jesus, there's my friend crying into the pint. My country, my people, all suffering. And from that moment on, I decided as a proud Irishman that I was going to do something. So I've decided I'm going to stay in England. Sounds bloody horrendous, do you know what I mean? He's 31, he's crying into the pint, he needs to man up, that's what he needs to do. But I've been living here for a while now, it's good, I live up in Manchester, I really like it, and something very special happened to me recently. I got myself one of these girlfriend things. They got them in London, they're amazing, aren't they? They're fantastic. You can get them in the pubs and stuff. And they're really good. My girlfriend's amazing though, you know, she loves me and I like her a lot. And it's a very focused relationship that we're in, you know. But my job every month that we have to do in the house, we have to look after stuff, right? And we recently got this thing called a joint bank account. Yeah. That I have no access to. And my job, what I have to do is I have to pay all the bills, you know, I have to look after all the finances and all the kind of money and stuff like that. And every month we have to pay the direct debits, right? There's one bill that comes through the post every month that's terrifying, and that's the credit card bill. The credit card bill is so terrifying. It's the worst bill you can ever get. My dad gave me great advice when I was growing up as a kid. He said, son, with credit cards, he said, don't touch them. Don't touch credit cards. Don't touch them. Don't go near them. Don't touch kids either. But don't touch credit cards. Just stay away from the credit cards. But what you don't realise is, when the credit card bill comes in the post, right, the bank actually talks shit in your head. And you don't realise this. You have a full conversation with the credit card. You open the bill and it says, you can make the minimum payment of £12, which is what we want, so we can charge you interest. Or you can pay it off all in full, which you can't afford. Otherwise, you wouldn't have used the fucking thing in the first place, would you? That's what they do, right? They get into our heads. And I've come up with a way how you can deal with your bank, right? And that's to be nice to them. Because the nicer you are to your bank, the more they can actually deal with it. They've messed us around a little bit, so why can't we have a bit of fun with them? I'll give you an example of how I deal with my bank. My bank in Ireland, the Bank of Ireland, have been looking for me for about 6 months, right? They've been ringing me up, sending me letters in the post, trying to get me to pay off my overdraft. The overdraft that they gave me. You think they'd look at themselves first before they start having a go at me, right? And this is what you got to remember, is that we're always in control when we work with a bank, right? Is that when they ring us up, they need something off us before they can speak to us. They need to get us to confirm our personal and security details. And I've decided that every time I speak to this guy from the Bank of Ireland, every time he asks me a personal and security question, I'm going to give him all the wrong answers. And they'll never be able to speak to you ever again. They shit themselves when you don't even know your own date of birth, right? I swear to God. Just try it. It's the best thing you'll do every day, right? This guy rings you up from the Bank of Ireland, right? Brian, right? A proper bellend, right? You know the kind of guy that wears a scarf in a nightclub? You know, one of those? And he rings you up and he goes, hello, Mr. Ryan. This is Brian here from the Bank of Ireland, Dublin. What's the story? And I was like, actually, do I need to do another Irish accent on top of the one I'm doing at the moment? You're happy with the current one. So I said, just have a bit of a laugh with him, right? So he goes, hello, this is Brian here from the Bank of Ireland. I said, Jesus, Brian, how are things? He says, we need to talk to you about your account. I said, Brian, this sounds serious. He says, before I continue, I need to ask you some security questions. They're like, fire away, man, fire away. There is no way I can lose this phone call, right? It's going to be amazing. He says, can you just confirm to me, Mr. Ryan, can you just confirm to me what your current date of birth is? I was like, what, the current date of birth? Jeez, I wrote it down there somewhere last week. I don't know what I did with it, right? So I decided just to give him the wrong answers, right, just for a laugh. So I said, it's the 1st of July, 1990. He went, oh, no, 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 no. I'm afraid that's not on the system. I said, Jesus, Brian, I'm fucking gutted for you. Can I go again? Can I guess again? He went, I'm very sorry. I can only accept your first answer. I said, what happens now? He said, we'll have to ask you another question. I'm like, fire away, man, fire away. I can't lose the phone call. He says, can you confirm to me the first line of your address? I said, 6. It's 6. He said, what comes after that? I said, 7. No, he said, what comes after that, right, in terms of your address? He says, what comes after that in terms of your address? I said, Jesus, Brian, that'd be the second line of the address then, wouldn't it? That'd be the second line of the address. He said, yeah, what's the second line of your address? I said, I'm sorry, Brian, I can only accept your first question. You know, you've got your policies, I've got mine, right? But he starts panicking over the phone, you know, because he's never dealt with a nut job over the phone before. I can feel the scarf is getting tighter now around his neck. And he comes back to me and he goes, look, Mr. Ryan, he says, you know, you have a responsibility as a customer of the bank that if any of your personal details change or they get updated, you have a responsibility to inform us. I said, I just have. I just told you me new date of birth, Brian. He starts panicking over the phone. And you've got to understand this, right, at this point during the call, right? He knows who he's talking to. He knows who he's talking to. And I know who he's talking to. Because he's talking to me. But he has to pretend that he doesn't know who he's talking to until he gets me to confirm who he's talking to. And I wasn't in the fucking mood for confirming who I was that day at all. So I decided I'm just going to drag this out now, right, for as long as I possibly can. And he comes back and he goes, look, Mr. Ryan, look, Mr. Ryan. He says, we've got a policy here in the bank. I said, Jesus, fair play to you. He says, we've got a policy here in the bank that I'm afraid that if you get these next 2 security questions wrong, I'm afraid we're going to have to terminate the call. Oh, gutted, Brian. Jesus, that's awful. You know, I've always wanted to repay the overdraft, Brian. I'd hate to miss out on the opportunity to pay back the €50 overdraft that I owe. This call must have cost about 60 quid at this stage, right? It's ridiculous. And then I'm thinking to myself, Jesus Christ, this is amazing. I'm only 2 wrong answers away here from freedom, right? This is going to be brilliant. They're never going to be able to deal with me again. So he comes back and he goes, Mr. Ryan, he says, next question. I said, right, fire away, man. Fire away. I can't lose it. He goes, can you confirm to me what your mother's maiden name is? I said, she never married, Brian. She never married. He says, I'm afraid we've got a name on the system. I said, are you telling me you know who me dad is? Brian, my father owes me 30 years of Christmas presents, right? That money alone could pay off the overdraft, Brian, right? It's in your interest to release the name, right? And he starts panicking over the phone. He says, look, this is getting absolutely ridiculous. We're going to have to terminate the call. He said, Mr. Ryan, we're going to have to terminate the call. I said, don't you dare call me Mr. Ryan. He says, why not? I said, well, you've not confirmed my identity yet. He says, what would you like to be called? I said, call me Daddy. But you're going to be crying in my arms later on, right? And then he says, look, we're going to have to terminate the call. I said, you're not going anywhere. You said I had 2 questions. I want one more question. That's what I want to follow this project through, right? I want to see how far I can get away with this. And you've got to understand, right, the reason why he was ringing me up was because what I did was I used the overdraft, €50, and then I went away from it. Get out of my house. I abandoned the overdraft, right? That's why they're ringing me up to have a go at me. So he goes, right, final question, sir. He says, final question. He says, can you confirm to me what the balance is in your current account. What the balance is in your current account. I said, of course I can, Brian. Of course I can. I've got about €4,500 in it. He went, oh, no. I said, what the fuck have you done with my money, Brian? Where's me dad and where's me money gone, Brian? All the very best, everybody. Good luck. See ya. Bye-bye.
Please do that for Andrew Roy! Thank you very much for watching Good News. Good night.